Okay, welcome to everybody who is on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and I'll call the meeting to order. Please disclose any pecuniary interests as they arise. We have no correspondence and no delegations today, so I'm going to just jump in and let Trevor give an update on the fence, and then we'll go to Philip for 6A, if that's all right. Go ahead.
Very quickly, we worked with a contractor, JR Construction. They are from Arcona, and they did a material takeoff last week. There is 185 meters, or roughly just over 600 feet of fencing. The material takeoff is showing a price coming in at $95 per foot before labor. That's $58,000 to $60,000. So just so everyone's aware, I think it's good for everyone to know.
Yes. Yeah. Which is probably 3 times. Go ahead, Jackie. Yeah.
Yeah. How does that compare to like the other kind of fencing, like not the wood fence, but the
composite?
Yeah.
The composite quote that we got 12 months ago was $40,000 before installation.
Have we looked into how much it would be now? Like that, it's a better quality fence.
Yeah, last longer.
I can make a call. It's just a quick call.
Not to add anything to this, but if we could save some money and it's a better quality, I'm sure the residents appreciate that us doing that.
Amanda, you had a question, a comment.
Just a question for clarification for Trevor. Trevor, does the 95 per square foot price include installation or just material?
The material.
Material.
Yeah, 95 bucks per linear foot.
Yeah, I agree with Jackie. Check into the vinyl, and if the vinyl is a better cost, I'd say go for it. Just a white, like I think everybody would be happy with a white vinyl fence, right?
Sure, I have no problem. I'll make a call.
Yeah, because then all you have is you have wood posts. And then the rest is composite, and you have it all installed. Yeah, it may make sense, even though it's a generally more expensive product. So.
Well,
yeah.
Lumber is so high right now, right? We know that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if we can get a better quality for even a comparable price, and then the resident would probably, I would think, be happy with that.
Yeah. And then I think
it's worth
if there are
anyway.
Yeah, I agree. And if there's people that want modifications like gates and stuff, then they'll have to cover that cost.
Yeah, as soon as I get some sort of clarity, I'll be sending out a letter to all the residents that are impacted. So they'll have that option to work with the contractor to do it on their cost.
Yeah, but it will be one consistent style along the back there, right? That's what we're mandating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that has to be clear before you talk to people, that they can't choose the fence is this style. You can modify with gates or whatever, but
well, even the modification of the gate's going to be just limited.
Yeah. All be consistent.
Yep. So it all looks consistent right across that property. Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. That's
excellent. That's it. Thank you.
On that note, have a nice day, folks.
Yeah, you too. Yep. Have a good day. See ya. All right. Thank you, Trevor. We will move on to Philip with the update on the site plan application and deposit fees.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
So this is dealing with site plan agreement deposit fees. So we reviewed Lambton County, the municipalities within Lambton County, as well as Middlesex County. So there's actually a number of recommendations proposed. Planning recommends no change to site plan application fees. These are the site plan application fees are comparable with the average within the county. There is a recommendation to add a fee for an amendment to an approved site plan. Currently, the township does not have a fee for an amendment. Within the county, these fees range between 100 in Plymouth Valmy to 515 in Petrolia. The recommended fee is based off of St. Clair's, which has similar site plan fees as Warwick. Third recommendation is to change the site plan deposit calculation to a percentage of the estimated cost of the site improvements. Currently, we just have a flat fee, and we recommend deposits of 50% of the cost of the site improvements. So like the higher site plan deposit fee is a stronger incentive for developer to complete the work in a timely manner. Fourth recommendation is to permit site plan deposits payable by letters of credit. So letters of credit, as opposed to a cash deposit, are a useful option for dealing with site plan deposits. So this way they don't necessarily have to front the money at the beginning of the project, which if it's a big project, that can be difficult on a developer. Potentially, we lost someone.
It appears we lost our chair, but we'll continue, and I'll watch for him to join back in.
So the fifth recommendation is to increase the third-party servicing review deposit to $2,500. So currently we're at $1,100. This deposit is often exceeded due to the complexity of plans and multiple required revisions. So having a higher deposit upfront will make applicants aware that future costs may be required, and then helps mitigate potential conflicts. So that deposit it's refundable if they don't use that whole setup. And then the third, or the sixth recommendation is to add cost recovery clauses and mechanisms to the site plan application, as opposed to currently these cost recovery clauses are just in the agreement, but we're proposing to add them to the application so applicants and developers are aware that ahead of time, that if their project goes above what's required, then the municipality can come in and claim additional costs. So it helps to mitigate potential complaints from applicants of additional or unforeseen costs. So those are our 6 recommendations.
Thanks, Phil. Councillor White is just joining us back in, and I think he still needs to connect to audio.
Okay.
There he is. Okay, so Councillor White, Phil just completed the presentation of his report, which you've reviewed in advance of the meeting. So there's been no discussion or questions today, just the presentation. Perfect.
Thanks, Phil. I think it looks good. Is my only question that I have, I don't know if Jackie has any, is the third-party servicing review deposit at $2,500 enough to cover costs, Amanda, generally?
No, sometimes it depends on the nature of the site plan and the number of iterations. This is an increase in the current third plan servicing deposit. So it does represent an increase to what we are charging now, in light of the fact that often it doesn't meet the requirements for more complex developments. But again, it is a deposit, so we feel more comfortable with this slightly higher deposit rate, understanding that, of course, any unused deposit would be refunded.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, I guess my other question is, if we did all that and the $2,500 doesn't cover it, are we allowed to dip into the letter of credit that they put as to recover our costs or not?
No, that wouldn't be permitted. What we do though with outstanding site plan deposits is we send invoices that demonstrate the declining value of the deposit against invoices received. We provide a copy of the invoice that's received, and then as costs are incurred above and beyond the deposit, we just bill. On either. In the past, we've billed at the end of a project, but we've adjusted our practice so that we will be billing on a monthly basis so that everyone is kept up to date about the cost being incurred and there's no surprises at the end. So that's an administrative improvement that we'll be implementing in addition, that we have implemented already, actually, in addition to the fee discussion that we're having.
And just a question, has it been a problem in the past getting paid for this? Like if somebody doesn't even go forward with a site plan and you put all this third-party servicing review in, because it's usually done ahead of your site plan, isn't it? Or not?
It's done. So what we try to do is not incur costs prior to an application being received. So we've been more procedural in the process. So when an application is received, the applicant then is advised of the fees involved, of the expectations regarding the site plan, deposits and fees. And so we try to wait until we have an actual application to incur costs. And that's kind of our mechanism for controlling that. And no, we haven't had any issues collecting funds. Mayor Rumboats, I will point out that we have lost our chair again.
Wow.
I don't know where he keeps going.
I think we should probably pause since I thought this report was very well done. And it helps to have I don't want to go too far into it with Tom not here.
Sure, he's just joining if we want. Oh, can you hear us, Tom?
I can hear you. I can't see you, but that's okay.
Okay.
I know what you look like. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can hear you.
So,
sorry about that.
Okay, we'll continue with you just by audio, Todd, if that's okay with you.
That's fine. Yep.
Okay, Jackie, I was just making a comment on the report. There you go.
Yeah, I think that this is much better. Like we have some solid recommendations to go to council with. Is that kind of the next step, is that development committee recommends to council that we implement this?
Yes, so the next step procedurally would be exactly that, Mayor Rumboats. So a report would be provided to council with the resolution of recommendation from development committee once approved, and it would outline a series of next steps. One would be, procedural action. So we'd have to amend our fee bylaw before we could implement something like this. We'd also have to look at the application itself. Phil has made some specific recommendations regarding the application format. So we'd have to complete that update and upload to our website. And then we'd be good to implement. So a few steps before we can actually implement, but yes, next step is to council.
Okay. And is there any public consultation that's required for an amendment like this?
So for a fee amendment, we're not required to do public consultation, no. Certainly it is at council's and development committee's discretion. We would need to do a notice of a fee change. So we would do just a notice that we've updated our fee bylaw, and that would be required for our normal notice procedures, but no pre-consultation is required unless otherwise directed.
Yep, I'm comfortable with that. I think it's fine, but I just was curious.
So are you making a motion then, Jackie, to bring this forward?
I would move that we move forward with the recommendations and bring it to council.
And I second that, so we're good. Yep. Excellent. Now I guess we'll move in camera if there's nothing else to discuss about that, and say goodbye to our YouTube viewers. Thank you.